Much like an ancient home with a courtyard where you walk through a sort of semi-urban facade, I think opening the front door and this sort of softness within the vertical courtyard is a really subtle transition to the private space beyond the front door. My name is David Montalba, founding principal with Montalba Architects. Today we're here in my home, the vertical Courtyard House. Our home's located in Santa Monica Canyon, which is the northern edge of Santa Monica, just between Santa Monica and Pacific Palisades. So I think our program as a young family of four probably warranted a little bit bigger site. But we really love the neighborhood and love the property and the microclimate here in the canyon. And as such, wanted to build on this site. And our program, frankly, was quite large. And so we really thought about how to extend that vertically and think about really a 3-story home. Usually those two things don't go together. But for us, that was something that was really important to retain this sort of aspirational quality of nature and at the same time build the functionality in the rooms and the program that we thought were important for our family. So the home's really organized as a courtyard home with a north wing and a south wing and a bridgeway that sort of connects those two sides. The lowermost level is anchored with a family room and a guest suite, while the ground floor is really set by the main living space, kitchen, dining, living room, and then a studio to the north side. Then the uppermost level, which is the family space, is the primary wing on the south side, and then the kids' wing on the north side, connected by a little bridgeway in between. So our practice, while it's based here in Santa Monica, California, our work has always taken into consideration and been rooted in both California modernism and roots of a lot of Swiss design and architecture. And I think we really tried to blend those two together. You know, one of our core principles is the sense of honesty and materiality. And I think it's evident in the home. We often select materials based on the reflective quality of that material, because for us it's about the textures and how the sunlight hits the walls and so forth. As such, I think we wanted to use a very muted white oak, which is intentionally corrugated, similar to the concrete, which is sandblasted. So some of the key materials on the exterior of the home are the Vitrocsa windows. We used a concrete board from Eternit or Swiss Pearl, and then ultimately a series of louvers that sort of screen the home, both in the front facade and around the perimeter, that are made of teak. And thinking about how one engages the indoor-outdoor, I think this idea of a window frame that just really dissipates is a really powerful tool for us as designers and architects. So I think the selection of the windows was a really important thing for us and is on all of our projects. Given that we needed the right product to really allow the windows to pocket away and really be seamless, and Vitrocsa certainly was able to do that, and I think is a big reason we selected Vitrocsa for the home. So one of the key elements in the Vitrocsa system that we used in the home was a custom locking lever that we designed in collaboration with Vitrocsa. So that was a fun little side project. Have you ever seen those guys that are carrying 40-pound boulders at the bottom of the ocean and they're walking across the ocean? That's what it was like designing my own home. But I think as an architect, we not only design our homes, we design our practice and our lifestyles. And I think, it's really enjoyable to be able to fold those ideas that you believe in or those values you believe in into the way you live your life. And I think that's both grounding, exciting, and certainly humbling even. I'm probably most proud of the way we use natural light and the landscape to extend one's experience of the home in a way that feels both connected and rooted in nature, but very intentional, architectural, and extends well beyond the site at times.